just thought when she first came on here, I just thought that our system is broken, and
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that the daddy should have been in the life to know that she needed some help and that she needed some guidance. I feel like children's services should have came in her life
Mm-hmm.
and guided her and helped her to be a mom. I think they should have came in every day to help her and to
Mm-hmm.
teach her because she really didn't know and she did need some guidance. And I just really think they should have worked with her. But then she was so hard to work with
Mm-hmm.
because she thought she knew everything.
Thank you.
So
Right.
so now she's in a situation where she's trying to get them back. And I think she's doing better than 21 back is because at least she's trying to get them back. But now she's in a situation where she's married now, and now she's got a whole bombshell to deal with. Cause this nigga it seemed like he crazy than a motherfucker. So he crazy just like her.
And
And
Auntie,
so,
can I say this too?
uh-huh.
Um, as far as with the
Hmm.
dads was trying to be present. This bitch
Okay.
made it impossible
Yeah,
for a
that's what I
motherfucker
figured.
to act like, to even act like she
Hmm.
had just a little bit of sense. Did
That's what
you
I figured
did you hear
about
the
watching
live
her a little more.
when she was explaining what happened between her and Gerard?
Hmm.
If you heard what she said, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
did.
wished all type of shit on his kids. Said you
Yeah,
I
I
hope a
did.
man with an AIDS stick just because he just asked the question that he didn't know if that was his baby. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. It seemed like she was just getting worse and worse to me, and then it seemed like she just exploited her kids on here, and it was just getting worse and worse and terrible. And she just a terrible person to me now, and so I just think she just need to get off this app. I think they just need to take her page. She just need to get off this app. She need to just get her life together, get her mental together, and find
That's
a
not
life.
gonna
Cause
happen.
this girl is disgusting at this point. She is.
Yes, she is.
She disgusting. That man is disgusting, and they whole little ram they got is the fucking disgusting.
Facts.
That girl need her ass whooped. Shit.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
and
Not,
thank you for keeping that shit alive.
oh,
Cause
now you already
that shit
know.
ain't right. That shit ain't right. It ain't right.
It ain't. And that's
And
what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck how many people get up on this motherfucker and talk shit and say, oh, this and that. They feel like,
right.
oh, I don't gotta yell and scream. Yes, the fuck I do. What the fuck you
Yeah,
talking
you
about?
do. And then let me tell you too, you do it with grace and love. You don't do it like some of these other ones do it, like I think Charlie do it. I don't think Charlie do it with grace and love. I think you do it more with grace and love and with care. And I thank you for that.
Thank
Yep.
you.
It is coming from intelligence, somebody who did actually research something to have a
Exactly.
know-how of what they speaking about. It ain't just their opinion.
Exactly.
It's real
She's a mother.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
Real
She's a
fact,
mother.
right?
She's coming from a mother's
Mother standpoint.
expected.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And I love that. And I thank you for that.
And respect it,
And
most
thank you,
certainly.
Auntie. Thank
Respect it. Respect it. Most
I
definitely. And I'll
appreciate
come
that.
back. I'm coming back, girl. I got drunk and lost my phone that I gift on. I'm sorry.
I know
But I
you
will
good.
come back to
You good. Pretty poker face.
So you said somebody kids or somebody dealing with children's services.
What?
You said somebody dealing with children's services.
Is somebody dealing with children's services?
Yes. This what Auntie whatever just said.
Not you. Do you know what's being talked about right now?
Basically you said somebody got a CPS, they trying to get their kids back.
Yeah. What's your question?
I don't have a question because what I wanted to say is, for one, they said get your mental together.
Mm-hmm.
So Shelby County, I don't know where they at, but Shelby County fucked up. Tennessee is fucked up too.
Mm-hmm.
So Tennessee is fucked up. They don't give a fuck if your mental is together or not. people walking around here with all kind of kids, and they on all kind of drugs. They got all kind of niggas. They go to all kind of places. They don't give a fuck what goes on. What they care about is whoever is the easiest way. The
Mm-hmm.
easiest way to quiet the situation down. That's what they care about.
Right.
So it's not really just okay. Well, if the mama is a bad person and this and this and this is why her kids gone and this is why they gonna stay gone. They don't care. Cause once your kids leave, of course, initially you gonna turn up anyway. Cause they gone. What can you do? You finna have to. It's a waiting process to get your kids back. So it's like if that person started turning up, it's not like okay to say, well, they'll never be back that way. First off, that ain't how Tennessee or any state. I ain't gonna just say Tennessee. I'm dealing with Tennessee CPS right now,
Mm-hmm.
and they ain't shit. They ain't shit. We
Oh.
supposed to have, they tried to tell you to get your mental together. I have emails right now where I'm telling them, well, sit me and mine down and do us a mental evaluation together. So you can see who's been riding and rolling with me. My kids been riding and rolling with me. Tennessee don't give a fuck about that. So all
Right.
I have to say is what she needs to do is, I mean, I can't do nothing but give what's going on with me. What's going on with me is
Mm-hmm.
unanswered questions. They don't want to answer your question. They don't want to do nothing.
No, I agree.
I done
From a
cried
slightly
to these
different
people.
angle, because I
I
ain't
done
had
did
dealings
all
with
kind of stuff to these
CPS.
people.
Okay.
Right.
So, what you in a situation to where you dealing with CPS right now?
Yeah, my kids got took from me.
Oh, for what? What are they saying
Um,
the reason for?
so first she contacted me, told me it was an anonymous call that came in.
Uh
So when they do anonymous call,
huh.
basically they
Hold
don't
on,
remove.
baby. Hold on, Joe. I'm just gonna mute you up just real quick. Or can you mute yourself real quick, Joe?
Yeah, I got you. My bad. That's in the background. I
Yeah,
hear it
your
now.
background.
You
My
say.
bad. But I don't want you to drop
That's
though. Don't
good.
leave. Okay, go ahead, baby.
Okay. So first, it was during the school. It was in January.
Mhm.
So basically, she knocked on the door and she said she got an anonymous call.
Mhm.
So when she told me she got an anonymous call, I'm like, well, baby, you finna have to show me a badge and stuff like that. Like we finna do protocol because I told her my oldest is finna be 15.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to understand like what they call and say. So she was like, well, ma'am, you got to calm down. Here go my badge. I just need to see that your kids. She was telling me she need to see my kids. So when you say you need to see somebody's kids, that means something physical happened. So I was like, okay, well, one on at school and one
Mhm.
on right here. Because we had a meeting going on with his school. So I was like, one at school and one right here, and the other one he's at a high school. I had a high school, a middle school, and a elementary school.
Mhm.
So my elementary school was at home with me. So I told him, I said, step up here, see her. I got the videos and everything. Cause they too funny and they like really be acting like when she knock on the door, they try to act like they take stuff so serious. They is so with the shit that none of they process is serious. But anyway, I told my baby like step up to the door, whatever. So he stepped to the door, spoke to her, and she was like, well, what's your name, whatever. So he she was like he told her Jace. So she got to speaking to him or whatever. So I told him to step back because when an anonymous call come through, you need
Mhm.
to tell me what's going on. But when she said she need to physically see him, I was like, okay, well, we not gonna hide no bruises or nothing. So
Mhm.
I asked him to step to the door. So I told him to go back, so she could tell me what the call was about. So she was like, I was like, well, you saw him now. Could you tell me what the call was about? So she was like, well, the call was about lack of supervision.
Mhm.
So I told her, I said, well, one at school and one's supposed to be at school. My high school, he was at his dad's house. So I said, one's supposed to be at school. So what do you mean lack of supervision? Where I told her, you might be telling me something I don't know. You might be saying that my baby that's in high school, you know what I'm saying? Like he doing some shit he don't supposed to be doing. But that's not what she was talking about. So she was just like, well, we don't give out much. We don't tell you who, just running me all the little process or whatever, real cute. We don't give out much. We don't tell you who. We have to just follow up. I wanna get the schools and stuff like that. She told me she had went to my baby in middle school. Now I'm
Mhm.
like, mind you, why you didn't tell me this when you walked up?
Mhm.
So then I was like, well, can you finish? Because I had started talking too soon. Because what happens is when you get a call like that, like I told her, that shit is serious. It ain't where you just sit back and be laid back and be like, oh, okay, okay.
No.
Say that again.
No. From my understanding, right? Like, okay, say if people call like you can get a million calls, right?
Right.
Motherfuckers could call CPS on you and say whatever. If they
Right.
come and they see and like investigate the situation, if they don't see none of what the calls are the calls are saying that's going on, they're not going to take
They
your
supposed to
kids.
close it, right?
But they're not even
Okay.
going to take
So
your children. If something
so let me
had to
tell you.
happen in order for your kids to get took. So did I'm not trying to be in your business or nothing, but you came up. Is it like, was it a time to where you had left them unsupervised and it was like a little child left at home and that child could have answered the door, and you understand what I'm saying? Like, she got a call. You
Oh,
still
they don't
there?
have to. They don't have to like tell you. Okay, well, this finna happen because they have to actually investigate it. So that's
Hmm.
what she was knocking on the door to see. Like, was my kids at home by themselves? But I
Right, but
answered the
have they
door,
been
and I
left to
asked
where
my baby
something
to
like
come
that?
to the door.
But was have that happened
So
before though, to where they was
no,
at
that's
home
why
by
I asked her.
themselves?
I'm like, well, she who? I told her, I was like, well, if they been left somewhere, they only go to school. So
Hmm.
you finna tell me something that happened. That's what I was thinking. She was finna tell me something that I didn't know about. So anyway, she left for whatever. So my baby came home from school and said that she visited him at the school. So I was like, okay, well, you visit my. I called her back because
Hmm.
I was like, she's taking these calls serious. So I was like, you went
Yeah.
up to the school and talked to my
Okay.
baby. So um my baby came home, like I said, and he started telling me like the lady was asking him questions at school or whatever. So I'm like, well, they got serious or something. So, let me dig into this because that's not what she said when she was standing here. She
Hmm.
made it seem like it was just something baby, like, calm down, everybody call in. Like that's how she tried to make it seem. So when I called her back, I said, well, do you want to come back and like do a walkthrough and see where they lay their head at and stuff and like what we got going on? Because you actually went up to my baby's school and questioned my baby. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but they
something
they gotta tell you though. They if
she didn't
you.
tell me. I'm telling you, she didn't tell me. My baby came home and told me. So this what made me take it serious. Because at first I was like, okay, it's just a regular call. Anybody
Mhm.
can call. Folks can call sitting in the parking lot while you grocery shopping and see you doing anything, and they feel like they want to put in a call or whatever. But when you go over to my baby's school, I
Mhm.
told her, yeah, I'm kind of getting offended now. If it didn't offend me, you knocking on my door, I'm getting offended now that you went up to his school and talked to him. So I told her, cause she still back to the house. I was like, come back to the house, walk through her, and see, where they laying their head, what they eating and stuff. Document all this if we finna be at my baby's school questioning him because what it looks like now is that it's a real deal case. She didn't say that when she knocked on the door. When she knocked on the door and said, was she just following up with a call? But when you go to his school the same day you following up with a call, you acting like it's already a case open, like you done seen issues where, okay, now I can open up a case and investigate. So
Right.
I was like, you did that real quick. So that's when I called her back. I had text message. I text her. I said, please come back and walk through here and see what you need to see. And ask me anything. I would keep them from school, and so you can see to ask me what you need to ask me. So she was like, well, we do home visits anyway.
Mhm.
So I'm like, we already in the home visit, process. Like you just knocked on the door yesterday and said that you just following up with a call that you just got. So how are you, first off, it ruffled my feathers that you sitting here saying you questioning my baby already.
Mhm.
Then for two,
Is this
you
new?
like she was so laid back when I told her to come back, and it's just like everything died down. And she was like, well, we do home visits anyway. So I was like, okay, well, y'all must already got it written in stone that I'm on thin ice
Bye.
somewhere and that I'm finna be doing home visits anyway. That's how she was talking. So I was like, okay, well, this case I already heard. So I was like, well, let me let her know that I'm finna be seeing her waiting on her. So I text her again. I said, well, this is what time my kids walk to school. This is what they do. I sent her a whole schedule. And I told her, whenever you get ready, just come back and talk to me. Please, we gonna be sitting right here.
Mhm.
So the third day my baby didn't go to school. So that's when she came back out. So she started questioning about my baby's school. So I told her, well, this shit was going on with him not going to school, which is not a part of it. But I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
him missing a day out of school, this natural. This ain't got shit to do with the reason for your call, because you told me your call was lack of supervision. So
Mm-hmm.
now I want you to sit down with me and tell me, like, where was this and how we supposed to be fixing this, which she never did. She never did. So what happened was the third day, like I said, my baby he missed school that day. So I
Mm-hmm.
called the teacher and I talked to him because me and him, we text and everything. So I talked to his teacher or whatever, and I'm telling her what's going on. I told her CPS is here, and she was like, well, we haven't heard anything up here at the school and this and this. And I told her, well, you know, this is all new to me,
Hello.
but it's for, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
I'm like, but it's frustrating because it seemed like her process is moving quicker than something. I never dealt with CPS, but I know better that it ain't finna jump from somebody calling in to we need to be doing house visits and we need to be going up to the school question the baby the next day. Like, did somebody get shot? Did somebody get touched? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what happened? Because what you told me was lack of supervision. Lack of supervision is not, and he at school, so he supervised by teachers while he at school. And you called me at home on your first knock on the door. So where the lack of supervision came in? She was like, well, we don't tell you who. She kept telling me, we don't tell you who. I'm not asking you who. I'm asking you where is they saying lack of supervision at? Is it at home? Because when he come from school, he comes straight here. And I'm here. He comes straight to me. So I'm like, and I told her, I said, I don't work. I don't work, so I'm here 24/7. So when you telling me something, it got to be when I'm running to the store and they here with who I left them here with. If you telling me something like that, she was like, well, no, we don't give you out who. We just follow up. So I'm like, a follow up is different from now we got to do all these home visits. Like there's something that's totally different. So anyway, that was the third day. The fourth day happened.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I called her. I told her, I was like, well, a lot of situation is going on. I was like, I told her a lot of situations is going on, and I don't feel comfortable at the house that you came to. So I plan on leaving. And I told her, I said, would you like to come meet me where I am right now? Because like I said, the case sounded like it was so serious, her, telling me, which now I know because we later on down the line, this shit is not even that serious. Like, they don't give a fuck, and they don't care. They'll drag the shit out on. They'll try to scare you. They'll do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I called her. I asked her, did she want to come meet me? So she was like, well, I'm out on the car right now. I can't come meet you right now. And she was like, but I do want to talk to you and stuff like that. And I was like, it's fine. I said, I'm gonna be right here. I was like, I just need a breather because, for one, I had shit going on before y'all came. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't have nothing to do with lack of supervision because I'm sitting at the house trying to figure it out. But now that y'all have passed this on top of here, let me help y'all out or whatever. So she didn't come that day. She spoke with me over the phone, was asking me like what was going on or whatever, and I was like telling her about everything. I was like, I've been looking for a job, all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the fourth day. The fifth day came.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed at a room. So I asked her, I told her, I said, I'm at a room. You can come meet me at this room.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I told her, I said, my son get out of school at 3:15. You can come meet me at this room. So what she did, are y'all living at a room now? Like what's going on? So she ain't giving me no details on the lack of supervision. But as soon as I told her to come meet me at a room, like I was telling, cause she told me she do home visits. So I'm like, if you come randomly knock on the door, I'm not there. That's why I was letting her know. Like I'm stepping out to go to a room because the tension getting too high where we was, which had nothing to do with her car, because they didn't know shit. I'm telling her shit. But cause I'm like, why hide it? Like you sound like you opening up a case now. So what the fuck I'ma hide it for now? So
So what was she
I
opening up a case for? That's what I'm just trying to get an understanding.
she told me her case was lack of super. That it was a day of lack of supervision.
Okay, so your oldest is how old? 15, right?
My baby 15. I had a
Okay,
15.
by
I got a
law he can
13.
babysit or she can babysit. So how's it lack of supervision? That they're not taking
She
no children from no
never.
lack
I'm
of
telling you how
supervision.
fast she went. This is how fast she went on me. This was about the third day she was back to talk to me. Like I had my case had just skyrocketed up to we need these kids out of here right now. This about a third day.
So was you or
So
were you in a abusive relationship with a man?
I went in nothing. Going to Walmart or I'm going to Aldi or something. When I told them, okay, well you stay here with grandma, you stay here with auntie or something, I'm coming back. That makes me feel like something happened within that time. So did they? She tried to make it seem like I was asking, did they call? I don't give a fuck who called. What I care about now is it's gonna be a whole for real case open with my name. I care about my motherfucking name. I care about my kid's name. I told her I don't know what this like picture y'all have painted of people, but just because I don't have a job, don't mean I'm just this wretched ass that sit at home all day type shit. That's why I told her come back. We ain't no. I'm not hood right. These kids got beds. They got food, hot food. They got hot baths. They have everything they need. They got joints lined up and shit. We have shit we don't even need. So it breaks my heart because I'm already struggling. I'm
Mm-hmm.
struggling for them. But when you knock on my door and tell me I did something wrong, that brings an eyebrow up. So she got in her feelings. Like I said, I went to a room the 5th day.
Mm-hmm.
She's supposed to came back and met me the 4th day, but she called me back, said she was on a different call, that she couldn't do it. So I'm it's like I was keeping up with her. She wasn't even following up with me. But I told her this shit is for real. When you mention my kids in CPS case, that shit is for real. I told her I don't know. This was my second conversation with her when my baby came home and told me she questioned him. I said, I don't know how many cases you deal with because I know this ain't the only one. But when you talking about my kids, I told her this is a whole nother different ball game. We've never had CPS or no DCS, nobody be. So her DHS as far as we go, food stamps as far as we go. Baby, we don't go no further than this. So when you talk about all this shit, I don't know what you're talking about. So please be very active in calling me and let me know. Cause that's how the teacher is. This over my baby. My youngest, he was 9. So I told her my 9-year old, you want to see this text thread with his teacher and shit? Like this shit for real. They'll tell you this lady texts us all day and this boy 9. I don't give a fuck about him being 9. What I want is I want to know he's safe. I want to know he like because people was getting sick in his class, all kind of shit. So I told that lady like I'm not trying to be the worst mama that that's like, oh, okay, my baby just, he's so important. Yes, he is important, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I had to drop
Okay.
them. Go ahead.
Okay, I know if I stop my thing or what. But I had to tell her, I was like, I'm real anal about my kids, period. Like this ain't just got nothing to do with CPS. So you see how I talk now. Like I'm very firm when I talk. This how I talk when it comes to my kids. So she
Can
got
I say
offended.
something, ma'am?
You can.
I just wanted to say when you go have to go through children's services and you get a call, that's the repercussions of it. They have to come out and check your house. You're not getting nothing done that nobody else get done. They go through your house to make sure the kids have um, food in the house is safe, the lights and stuff is on, they
Nope,
have
nope,
beds and different
nope.
stuff, well, whatever the requirements that your state
That's what I'm
says that
telling
they
you.
need.
So that's why I said the
And
where I'm at in Tennessee,
uh,
they ain't shit.
okay, let me say this. The system is broken in a lot of states. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but what I'm saying is the basics they have to make sure the children have. If they don't, they will take the children. And what you have to do is
So
accept that and get into parenting class, anger management classes, and counseling classes. You have to accept it and do that if you want your children back. While they're not in your care, you have to accept that and go ahead and not waste any time and get in those classes if you want your children back. That's the
oh,
fastest
that
way to
was gonna
do
be
it.
done though.
You
But
have to
see, this is my
surrender.
thing. You see how you said they wanted to make sure lights, food. She didn't do none of that. What she
Okay, but
told me
what
was
I'm
she needed
telling
to see
you
my baby
is
physically.
they can do what they want to do because at that point, they got your kids. It's some mean people in this world. And sometimes when they have authority over your life, you have to do the requirements that they tell you to do in order to get your children back. You have to sacrifice right now. You have to woman up sometime.
And you can't fight
Sacrifice.
against it.
You can't
Even if
fight
you feel like
against it.
it's not going a certain type of way you want it to
Exactly.
go, it don't matter.
It
You
don't
just
matter.
know
You
what
got to
you
do it.
need to do. You can't
You
worry
got to
about what
do it.
they're not doing, what they're lacking
No,
of, or none of that shit. Cause
no,
it had to be something. Something was done somewhere
something,
for them to take your children. They
something.
the whole thing is that yes, the system fails
Okay, let me
people.
tell y'all what was done. Let me tell y'all what I did. So I told y'all I went to a room.
Mhm.
I went to a room up the street from where I stayed, and I called her and told her because she wasn't following up. She didn't ask me about no food. She didn't ask my baby did he eat. She didn't ask them shit. I told her you ain't dealing with no hood rat. I told her I started being a mama at 17. You're not dealing with a hood rat. We don't got mattresses just sitting on the floor and shit. I told her no, I'm not the sole owner of this house. But when my kids here and they lay their head here, they lay their head on the fucking
You
brain board,
breaking up,
all kind
baby.
of shit. They got everything there. But I told her what can you hear me?
You breaking up.
Was
But
it
I told her,
clean?
I followed up with her. That's how I felt. And I shouldn't have did that. What I should have did was not call her back, period. But I called her back to tell her that if she was doing a house visit, I wasn't gonna beat her.
Mhm.
And
So
then
I gave her the address
some
to
of them
the.
act funny with you when you get smart with them. They do that to you.
But
That's
I wasn't
why
getting smart though.
sometimes you
I
gotta
just
bow
told her. I
down
said
to them.
So
You
you
gotta
telling,
bow
no.
down.
but hold on,
I
Auntie.
just told her.
You
I said, say it
you
again.
saying that call that you made to her when you was at the room, that's what got your kids took, or was they
I'm
took
telling you,
before that?
I was at a house and she knocked on the door. So the third day, like I told you, my baby didn't go to school. So I let her know. I said he's not in school because my other baby said she came up to the school. So I text her and I was like, well, this baby he's not in school. So you don't gotta make no blank trips and try to do shit behind my back. Like I will follow up and give you detail because that's how detailed I am.
But
So the
that's the
fourth day,
protocol.
it
They
just
go to the school to question the children, to give the children privacy so they figure the children have an open space to tell what they
right.
need to tell.
Mm-hmm.
So your
And
children
guess
no
what she
different
told me?
than
My baby
nobody
didn't tell
else's
her anything.
children. That's what they do. Your
But she
children
told
no
me the
different.
talk with the school, he basically didn't tell her nothing. But what I shouldn't have did, I shouldn't have called her when I was at the room. I called her because she claimed she was gonna do home visits. So she really lied. She told
No,
me we
they
was
do
already
home
set.
visits also, but they go to the school also.
So that's why I called her. Cause I'm like, when you knock on this door and we don't answer, guess what you finna say now is that we done disappeared after this case got open. You not finna say that about me and mine. Cause we don't have a reason to be, sneaking around. Like we ain't shit going on that we finna be sneaking around. So
Well,
when
if
I
she
got up to the
says she's
room, I
doing
called.
home visits and y'all not showing up and y'all not there, she can write in that paperwork what she
No,
want
no,
to.
it wasn't. No, you putting the wrong words.
No,
It
I'm
wasn't that we
not.
didn't
I'm
show up.
just trying to see a different side and show you a different side what she can say because it
But I'm
seemed
just trying to
like,
get an understanding what the
I'm
fuck
trying
they
to
was
tell
took
you
from.
why she tried to take them. So
yeah.
I went to the room. I called her. I said, well, if you're going to do a home visit,
I'm
I'm in a
about to
room
drop you,
now.
Auntie. I'm about to bring somebody else up.
And I said, when you come up to the room or whatever that, because I called her around 11.
Mm.
So school don't let out to 3:15. So I told her, well, when school let out, I'll still be here because I paid for another day after 11 o'clock or whatever. So when I get up to the room and call her or whatever, she flew up there. She flew up there and she basically was like she was gonna take us to a better room because I told her I was like, well, I don't have money to afford a room every day, but I told her
Okay,
I don't feel.
okay,
Say it again.
so
Excuse.
okay,
What I'm getting is you was not compliant into what they was asking you to do. You cannot make your own rules up dealing with CPS. You have to follow, even if she don't call you, it was not your place to call her and tell her to come anywhere. You needed to be exactly where the address that she was looking at you for, looking for you at.
Right. And my question to you is what okay, so were you not stable in like in a were you living from house to house with the children? Were you considered homeless?
No. Hell no, no.
So I'm saying
I had my own
what was the
apartment.
allegations, right? And what was the proof
The
that they had
allegations was my kids
against
were
you to
left
take the kids?
unsupervised. She said my kids were left unsupervised. That was her call. So I was trying to get her to understand when school get out at 3:15, I'm at a room now. They won't be unsupervised up here, just like they ain't unsupervised nowhere else. Until you figure out where you saying they unsupervised at, this is where we're gonna be. That's all I told her. So from that point, she was just like, okay, thank you, for calling me or whatever, and I'm finna call you back. So hanging up from there, I called my kid's dad. I called their dad and told him, we gonna stay at the room another day. And I was like, you can basically, bring uniforms, come and get them or do whatever you need to do. And he was basically like, he ain't finna do nothing, this, and this. So next thing I know, I get a call from her. So I got a call from her, and she was just like, well, we following up about your kids or whatever. So I just snapped into reality. I said, I'm talking to this lady, and I'm giving her more information than I ever supposed to gave her. And now you finna jump on board because you heard a hotel room, and it's just like this exciting, y'all. So I called her when we was on the phone with her because she called me back. I told her, I was like, I told her, let's start from ground one. I said, ground one, you told me my kids was unsupervised. I said, first off, I got two kids. I have four kids total. My youngest is 1 years old. I said, if anybody was unsupervised, she telling me my 15 and my 13-year-old was unsupervised.
No, by
So I
state
said,
law
well,
they can babysit themselves. They could be in the house. A 13-year-old can be in the house for longer than 4 to 6 hours by themselves, and a 15-year-old can be in the house period by
okay,
themselves. They're
well, thank
considered
you.
to be babysitters.
Thank you. So that's what I'm telling you. When I stepped outside the hotel room, that's what I told her. I said, for one, I said, because I really, like I told her, she bothering me when you say something happened with my kids. This shit had me on edge. Like, what the fuck you talking about? So I had to calm down from that part, but past that part, I'm like, when I said it was fine when I was at the house. She was just like, okay, I'll call you. But as soon as I told her I was gonna be in a room, it was like, oh no, ain't a room. But I told her, listen to what you told me. You told me my kids had lack of supervision. Let's start right there. We ain't gonna even include this shit with no room, because when no room in the picture, when you came to the house and shit. This is a room is my choice. You don't know if I work up here, you don't know what's going on. But the fact that you heard a hotel room, it's like she just got so excited. But I had to
Can
calm
I
her
tell
back
you
down on the alley
why?
because I told
Can
her,
I tell you why?
no.
That room is not stable living.
But
That's why.
no, I wasn't living in a room. I just told her I needed to clear my mind and that I'm going to a room. I told her once my son get out of school at 3:15, here is where we'll be. Like, this is what's going on. I'm telling her so she won't feel like she's traveling around looking for us, because that's how she was talking to me. Like I
So
said, she started jumping the gun, like talking to me like we was runaway slaves and shit. I'm like, what you mean? Like,
exactly,
you
it's
understand?
like
Okay, so
she
where
was
you was
feeling like
staying
you
at?
was
Where who
running
was
from
you
her.
staying with somebody? Where you was staying at?
It's me and my mom. We stayed together.
So do you and your mom have disagreements? Do y'all got a good relationship?
We don't have shit.
Y'all
We
don't
don't
have
have
shit,
shit. But
meaning
when
that
you
y'all don't
paying
have a
rent
good
and
relationship.
she paying rent, we don't have shit. But when you paying rent and she paying rent, they look at it like y'all in the homes together. So that's why I told the lady, I was like, I had ended up going into detail with her. I didn't tell her why I was at the room at first. I made her go back to ground one. Ground one is you told me my kids was unsupervised. Second
Baby,
thing
you was
is she
playing
told
too
So
me,
many
your
games
mama
with
called
her.
on you, basically.
no, that's it. Okay, now you hear me. Somebody hear me. So second is she told me I had two kids. I asked her because I didn't ask her this when she knocked on the door the first time. She told me, well, I only have two kids that she's supposed to be that was on the anonymous call. I have four kids total. So I told her, well, I want to know where we go. Anywhere we go together. So I told her, only place that the 13-year-old and 15-year-old don't go with me is school, because how can I go in the fucking school and go to classroom with them? If you tell me a 13 or 14, 15-year-old is left unsupervised, like, how is it? How?
Right, but that's what
And
I'm
he's
trying
gonna be
to.
15 September 19th. But I told her I talk about him as he's 14 going on 15. But he is very mature. So for you to tell me I'm leaving him unattended, you make me feel like he's slow or something. Like something going on I don't know shit about. So let's start there. This shit about being unstable, this shit that ain't had nothing to do with it. She included that. She included a hotel room because I told her I was there. I didn't have to tell her I was in no hotel room. But I told her when we fucking with my kids and my kids is in the mix with anything, I don't have nothing that I won't tell you. I don't give a fuck if he's going to fuck with a nigga. You want to meet him too? It ain't nothing that you ain't finna know. So when I got to the room, I called her and told her if when my baby at 315, like this where we'll be at. Like I said, the fourth day she was supposed to meet me, she told me she was on a call and that she wasn't gonna make it. The fifth day when I told her I was in a room, look who popped up. She popped up. So I told her, I said, I don't have money for a room. And I really want you to figure out what's going on. And cause I
Mute
told her, I
up, little
said,
dirt,
I'm on
for a
edge and
second.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Huh?
When you
So
talking
Seven.
mute
about
the
when you
mic, the
talking about
baby.
lack of supervision, I'm on edge now. And I'm now you got me with the person I'm staying with. I gotta look upside their head and be like, damn, did you call? Like, when did
You
you
know she
call? Like,
called. Cause I'm about to tell you
they telling me,
something. Like
but
I
that's what
heard
I was
that.
telling the lady. Like, please figure it out for me because
I feel.
y'all making tensions
Listen,
high where we at too.
baby, listen to me. Cause like you saying that and you saying that and you repeating yourself, right? But we are okay. We know who the person was that called, right? And who been making the report on you. Like whenever you step away, go to the store or whatever the fuck. And then these motherfuckers
So
gonna go off of that person's word, right?
right,
So
right,
you at a point right now to where it's that shit is done, it's already said and done, right? So
right.
you know what you need to do now, right?
So let me tell you what I asked her. What was my next step? So when I asked her what was my next step, she basically now mind you, she done pulled up on me. So she
Mm-hmm.
stepped away to talk on the phone and stuff like this. So I'm asking her what's my next step because like I said, I want to know too. I want to know when because it ain't happened, but I want to know when it happened. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, well, what's the next step or whatever? So she basically like she gonna have to call her supervisor. So where we clashed it, cause I know they ain't coming back to me now. But where we clashed at is she called her supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
She called her supervisor and asked them about was explaining to them about the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, now she like basically fuck lack of supervision. She just basically looking at it like I'm telling her we spending another day at the hotel room or whatever. So I called her supervisor. I called her, I told her, well, I can't do this. What I can't do is a knock on the door. I can't do a knock on the door telling me 2 kids was left supervised and I'm over here struggling with 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling with 4 kids that I never leave. They never leave my sight. I told her I don't have a car. That's why I'm not at work right now. I don't have a car. So I'm like, where do we go? We walk every fucking where we go or we ride in the lift. Who you know taking a lift all across the city? Nobody. So I told her every fucking place we go is 2-3 minutes away and we coming right back to each other. And we piling up in the back seat of a lift and all kind of shit. No, so I'm like, I told her I can't do it. What I can't do is let y'all fuck with my mental as a mama and tell me I'm doing something wrong because ain't shit wrong. And y'all make a motherfucker feel like they doing shit wrong. Like I know I'm doing the best I can do. I'm spending my last dollar. I'm doing everything, going to school, everything. You hear me? Without a car, making this shit happen, and then turn around and get a knock on the door, and that one knock can fuck up everything. So her, no, ma'am. I told her I can't do it. I said, what I'm gonna do is here's y'all phone call y'all need. Y'all can come and get them. I told her the lady, she can do her report. I said when she do her report, make sure she add all my kids. Cause I didn't even know that. If I had known, if I had like sat down and really took that in and let that sink in that she only had 2 on there, I probably would never call her back the 4th day. But I didn't even let that shit sink in because I don't play. What the fuck is it to play about when somebody come knock on your door about your kids? That ain't shit to
Right,
play
but
about. So I
you
took that shit to
dwelling
heart
on
day
that
one.
though.
So I told her supervisor, I said, well,
You dwelling
no,
on that.
I'm dwelling on all of it because when you
I
got
know
four
that,
kids and 2 kids
but
is on a
it's
report, that
done.
shit don't add up.
I
I can
feel
see if you
you.
say the little babies was left
Listen,
unsupervised.
listen,
No. I can
listen,
see if you say the little babies is
baby.
left unsupervised. You talking about big ass kids that wash their ass on their own.
Right, but guess
They
what?
ain't left unsupervised if they 13 and 14 going on 15, they ain't left unsupervised.
Right.
So the babies that my babies that's I got a 1 year old and an 8 year old. How a 1 year old and 8 year old ain't on your report? So I told her, I said, here's y'all report. Y'all don't have to take the court. Y'all don't have to do shit. I would give them to y'all. Cause y'all, what y'all ain't out here, y'all ain't active buying uniforms. Y'all ain't active with no car. I done tried the little family first shit. That shit don't last. They get an
But this
attitude
the
with you
thing
then.
though.
They cuss
Listen,
you out, all kind of shit. So fuck all these
pretty,
people
pretty.
and let that shit ride. And now that I see how this, I got in your car because the lady told them they need to go get their mental together. It don't got shit to do.
It do.
That shit crazy.
It's crazy
Some
as fuck because this the thing though. And I want pretty and I want you to listen to me, baby, because this is what you got a problem with doing. You have a problem with listening, right? It don't matter what you feel or how something's supposed to go, right? That don't make a fuck. You can't be getting mad and think, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, or hell, just put them on there and take them too, and then think about the shit later, right? And then say
No,
the
it's
system.
not that.
Listen to me, and then sit up here and say the system is working against me. No, stop allowing the system to work against you. Don't even put yourself in a position to where the system can even go there with you, baby. Sometimes you got to fold. If you love your children like you say you do, and you want them back with you, guess what? You gonna fold. Fold. Your mouth
you
is gonna
a
always
You a
fuck you
motherfucking lie.
over, baby.
I promise you. When you really get out here and in the field, people say that. I said that too. Mines ain't never been out of my sight a day in their life. And like I said, mine's gonna be 15. Folks gonna get on here and they gonna say that shit. Oh well, I ain't finna do this. When them folks get through talking to your ass like you ain't shit, cause that's how they see you. They don't give a fuck how
Right, but you
quiet you
can't keep
is. They
proving to
don't give a
them that
fuck
you
how
ain't
many
shit.
times you say
You
yes,
can't
ma'am.
keep
They
doing
don't. I
this.
don't got no
Cause
records.
that's what
I
you
don't get.
keep
I don't
doing.
smoke. I
You
don't
don't
drink. I
want
don't do
to
shit.
listen, mama.
And
You
they
don't
don't
want
give a fuck
to listen.
about that. So what I told that lady, I told
Mama,
her, fuck y'all.
pretty.
When y'all not working for me, y'all working against me. When I said hotel, that excited that bitch. So I told her, if you gonna get this excited at all of them. Cause why would you give a fuck about where two on it and the other two ain't in here? That shit don't even make sense. So that lets me know y'all don't give a fuck. So I told her, I said, y'all can come get them. So the lady standing outside on the phone now, while I'm telling her supervisor this. So what she did was she called herself getting mad. She came in there and said, she called me. It was like called a supervisor. What you calling my supervisor for? I said I call you supervisor because there's a lot of stuff I don't understand. For one, I don't understand how two kids are more important than the other two when all of them in my custody. None of them has never been out of my custody. All of them is in my custody. When you talk about two, I don't have two. I don't have no fucking favorites. I don't have two good enough and the other two ain't. When you say some shit happen, all four of mine is all everywhere. We everywhere. So when I
Right.
told her, y'all can leave me right there. Cause what we ain't
And,
gonna do is extend this bullshit. Cause that's
and
bullshit when
that's
you talk
your
about two kids and
problem.
somebody
Cause
got
guess
four.
what?
No,
You could
ma'am,
have
that
made
is not
sure
the
you had
problem. The
somebody that
problem is
represents
these
women like
ladies,
you all the time. That represents women like you that could have fought against that and your
and that's
kids would have
why I was
never
glad
got
to
took,
tell her I
baby.
don't have no
If you
criminal
sit
background.
down and
That's
be
why I was glad to
quiet
tell her that I
sometime
don't have no
and
motherfucking criminal
listen,
background. And guess what she
okay.
wanted?
and that's what I'm saying. You don't listen. You
I just
have a
wanted to
hard
say
time
one.
of listening.
I just came up here to ask something. When she called you the fourth day to reschedule her coming to your house, did she tell you that she was coming the next day? On the
No,
fifth
when she
day when you
called
went
me,
to the house?
say that your thing went down.
Okay. I said when she called you to let you know that she wasn't going to come the fourth day, because you said that she called you and was like she had another call, she wasn't going to be able to make it. So did she tell you that she was coming the fifth day?
No, she did not. That's why I'm telling y'all I followed up with her because it's serious on my end. She
Hmm.
wasn't taking it serious. She didn't take it serious till she heard that I was in her room.
Okay, because the
The
reason
fourth
why I'm
day,
asking
her
that,
call.
just my
Well, let me.
opinion.
I'm answering your
I
question.
keep
Okay, the
hearing
fourth
that
day.
shit, that same story
Wait,
over and over again.
No, the
right.
fourth day. Go
Hold
ahead.
on, wait a minute, baby. I just want to say this. This is just my opinion. I feel like when she called you the fourth day to let you know that she wasn't going to be able to make it, I feel like she told you she was coming the next day. And I feel like that's why you went to that room, because you didn't want her to see
No,
whatever's going on in your home. That's just my
no.
opinion.
Okay. Well, that's why I kept saying I got pictures and stuff. So, okay, when she came, did her home visit, she didn't come inside my door. She stood on the doorstep the first day.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't ask me to come in or nothing. I called her back because my baby came home from school after 3:15. She came to me about 10 something that morning the first time and stood on the steps and talked to me, told me that she physically needs to see the two kids that was on the call.
Mm-hmm.
So the third day, my son missed school. And I text her because I had her number. Me and her had a text thread. So I text her. I said, well, my
Sweetheart,
son,
sweetheart, real quick, sweetheart. This is the third time you have told that story. We get that. What we're trying
but
to find out is
no,
that.
you're not listening to the whole, you
Well, no,
missing some key pieces.
We
This is
heard
the
it.
third
We
time.
heard it. I
We heard these
understand.
stories
Who
three
made the
times, but
call?
you keep
You
missing.
missing some key pieces.
No, you not telling some key pieces because you're
No,
not telling
you
the
missing some
exact
key pieces.
allegations that you slipped up. No, see, that's your problem. You're not listening, and that's what I put in the comments. You talk shit to that CPS worker, and you
I
fucked
sure
around and
did, and
found
I'ma
out
keep
instead of
on.
getting yourself somebody to represent you and help you and fight against whatever you felt they were doing wrong to you. And then you use that
So
mouth,
let
and
me
then
tell you
that
what happened. When something
you in
goes wrong,
trouble
you ask to
because
speak to
that's
their
why that
manager.
lady
So
said you
that's
was
what I
unstable.
did.
So
When
you
she
can't
wasn't
even
doing
shut up
her
to listen
job,
to
I asked
me
to speak to her
or
supervisor.
nobody
When
else.
I
But you
called her
can't. You
supervisor,
not
that
gonna
ruffled her
overtalk
feathers.
me.
She
I'm gonna be
got
very
mad.
cautious
Pretty.
with what we
I'm
Hold on,
very
780.
intelligent. I ain't
Pretty.
shit
We
slow.
already
And
heard
just
that.
because I said I told her to come get them, that doesn't
you
mean
keep
shit
telling
mental
the
or
same
nothing like that.
story,
I
Mom.
know the
You
protocol.
keep
When
saying the
something
same
goes wrong, you
thing. This
ask
the
to speak
fourth
to a manager
time.
or a supervisor. So that's what I did. If I felt like anything
What
she
you
was
say?
doing wrong, I had immediately called her supervisor by the fifth day. When I called her
No, I'm
supervisor,
not
the bitch
talking
got
about
mad.
calling her
So what we not
supervisor.
gonna do is
I
get
am
mad
talking.
at me for calling the
No,
supervisor because you're not explaining your
no. No,
process.
I'm not
That's
talking
what
about
we not
calling her
gonna do.
supervisor. I am talking about calling somebody that is going to represent you. Her
Right.
supervisor is not going to represent
Zit you.
you.
That's what I've been trying to tell her this whole fucking
We're
time.
talking about calling somebody that's going to represent you and your
You.
children in the right light
So
about how
let me
you felt
okay.
they were
Can
doing
I tell you
you
one
wrong.
thing? That's why I said you do not listen. You missing out key pieces. Let me tell you
No,
something.
I'm listening.
No,
You didn't
look,
told this story
let me
the fourth
tell you
time. Go
something.
ahead. Tell it
Let me
the
tell
fifth
you
time,
something.
Mom.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead. Tell
y'all.
it the
Hold
fifth.
on. Hold on
Let me
for
tell you
1 second.
something.
Hold on. Hold on, pretty, because hold on. I'm gonna have to switch services real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? I need to know if y'all can hear me.
It's like cracking. Is when somebody open up anonymous call on you, they don't automatically send it to court. So for her to hop on here talking about get somebody to represent me, it's a waiting process. I had to wait. That's why the first 3 days and 5 days and shit get talked about, because it ain't just the first call and as soon as they come out and tell you it was a call, it goes straight to court. It ain't how this shit work. It's a waiting process. Don't nothing just go back to court like that. So now where I'm at now, I don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion talking about where I'm leaving them and shit like that. I just chimed in because the whoever was on the previous call kept saying the person is mental and that they need to fix their
Yeah,
mental.
cause you,
The
but
state
this the
don't give
whole
a fuck
thing.
about your
You
mental.
don't, but no.
Hold
Hold on,
disagree with your
pretty,
mental with them or whatever the fuck you gotta do. Like,
pretty, please. It's different. It's different strokes for different folks. You don't even know who he was speaking on, but
you
you and the
going
person
out.
that he was. Can y'all hear me? Am I going out? Can y'all hear me? Am I breaking up?
I can't now. I can hear you now.
Okay. What I'm saying, the person that he was speaking on, that's it's a total different situation, right? But in the same case, y'all don't listen. You're not listening, mama.
Mhm.
I understand. I understand what you're saying the whole time. You repeated yourself, and I even talked the shit that you wasn't saying, right? It is people, even if you gotta wait, still with your situation,
Mhm.
you can get somebody to represent you that can be your voice in that legal matter. The shit that happened is done. It's over with. It's done, right? So what you need to do
Mhm.
is what you need to do from now going forward. If you don't have your kids right now, you need to do whatever the fuck you need to do or whatever the fuck them people tell you to do to get your babies back. You can't argue with them. Don't fight with them. Don't do none of that. Fuck what was done. That shit done. It's over with. You feel me? You have
Mhm.
to do what you need to do in order to get your babies back, bro. So whatever they telling you do, whatever treatment plan you gotta follow that shit. You hear me? Even if they are assigning you to go see or talk to a motherfucker, do that shit. Do what they tell you to do. Cause that's the only way you're gonna get them back. If you follow their rules, they call their rules, follow that shit. All right. The other shit is unnecessary. It's obsolete. It don't mean the fuck. Cause these motherfuckers got the power to do whatever the fuck, just like they had the power to come in and take your kids from you. But your mouth and you not listening is not gonna help you, baby. That's not gonna do you shit. That's what you need to work on, for real, like on some real shit. And this is woman to woman, mother to mother, talking to you, baby. You have to learn how to listen. And sometimes you gotta learn how to do what you told. It's okay to fold for your babies. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're not less of a person or none of that. That will show everybody and your kids that you are willing to do whatever the fuck you need to do to get them back and to care for them and love them and be in a place to where can't nobody come in and take shit from you because you got your own shit. You got your own roof over your head. You got your own means of transportation. Because it is means of, it is ways that you can get that type of help. It is. They just not shutting people down, bruh. If you are homeless or not even homeless, you can be like, you know what, go to a shelter for a couple days and be like, I got kids. Them motherfuckers will throw a Section 8 voucher at you. And that's anywhere.
Okay, so that's what they did. That's why I said it's a lot of key points. It's so much. So when she heard I was at the room, she paid. Look at this damn deer out here. So when she heard I was at the room, she let me show my face because they probably know who I. Some people probably know who I am. Look at this damn deer. But when she came to the hotel and she, so what she did was told me she'd pay for us to be in a room until she contact their daddy, because I told her, I was like, they daddy not really active, like I can't speak much about it. I told her, I was like, you probably can get more out the situation or from him on like what we could be doing than me. So basically she was like, well, we'll pay for a room for you and your kids, and we'll get y'all some housing and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, well, that's even better. This is before, I mean, this is after I told her to come get them, because I told her, I said, what I can't do is sit here and figure out school, life, car and shit like that, and then here come like this devil knocking on the door saying, okay, what you doing is wrong. Because what I supposed to be doing is making sure we get education, we eat, we under a roof where it's hot water and shit. Ain't nobody else fucking with the kids. Ain't nobody there but me and my mama. So I was like, it's just a whole lot of shit that makes sense. So anyway, she was like, she'll pay for us a room or whatever. So that's what she did. I begged and pleaded with her. I told her, I said, please don't spend no money paying for us no, because basically she kept on like stumbling over like her help, like what she could be doing for us or she could be telling me. It was like she was like holding a lot of shit in. So I kept telling her like, y'all ain't gotta pay for a room. She we staying right here. So she was like, no, we gonna take y'all far out to a room. It's a nice ass room. So instead of her paying for the room we was at, which was way cheaper, she went and paid for a room, nice ass room for me and my kids to be in. So she took us there for 3 days, and she was like, let her talk with her supervisor because she did not have all my kids on her order, because whatever reason. So we in the room for the 3 days or whatever. So she contacted me back telling me like basically here's what's finna happen. She was like, well, here's what's finna happen. If you don't feel comfortable at your mom's house and you need us to, find you somewhere to stay and shit like that, we'll do that. And she was like, we have to get on a family call, all kind of shit. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do it. She said, why?
I got a quick question because you've been talking for
They
like
keep
I'm not being
asking
dis.
why. Hold on, let me answer this girl. She keeps saying why because it's a stable place. Because I just told you it wasn't me staying by myself. It was another adult there. So y'all
Yeah,
can
but
quit
I,
with the
I
stable
tried to
place.
I tried to tell you earlier that a hotel isn't a stable place, and they want you to be in anybody's home other than a hotel. But what I wanted to say is you've been talking for like a mile a minute, and you're not really listening to anybody. You came
I
over
am
here,
listening to you.
okay, but you came over here
You
and
said
you
follow their advice, and I'm telling you what their
I haven't
advice
said
is.
anything because you won't let me talk. If you just give me a minute, you're not
I can't
listening
give you a
to.
minute because first off, you stuttering now, and second off, I just
I'm
came
not
on here to tell
stuttering.
y'all to
I'm
finish
trying
and
to
say that
talk
shit.
to you, but you're
Okay,
not
well, just
listening.
disconnect my call then.
I can't disconnect anything. Oh my God. So
Man,
let me get out what I was finna say.
thank you. Like, Lord Jesus, bro. Cause she kept
She
repeating
knew I was
herself.
fit to go in because how long are we supposed to listen to you talk about the same thing?
But
Like,
how many
girl,
motherfucking kids do y'all motherfuckers gotta have to understand that the first two was a fucking struggle? If you ain't had shit the first two, if you ain't got shit on the third, you should be having 4, 5, 6, 7. What the fuck? And then y'all blaming it on everybody
leaving
else.
stuff out, she lying.
Man, cause she didn't put the shit in there. I don't know if anybody caught it, but it was her mama that was doing the shit to her. Her mama was making the call.
Oh yeah, you caught it.
I caught the shit. Okay, it's your mama. Who you staying
Cause
with?
I'm like, why did you go to the hotel?
But why you got
Why
a
did you go to the
15-year-old and
hotel?
you
You
staying with your
promised.
motherfucking mama, bro? You got 15-year-old and then you got a 1-year-old.
Did motherfuckers say, "Oh, I'm struggling"? Yes, it's a whole bunch of people out here struggling. Yes, if you got that mother that will be there when you fall short at times, everybody's not blessed with that type of mom, right? But if you know you got a mother that works more against you, you are going to make sure you put yourself and your children in a position to where a motherfucker ain't gonna be able to take shit from y'all.
She was mental as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna listen. She was mental. Because I'm sitting here trying to tell you, like, when you went to that hotel, that violated. When you started acting like you was on the run and then calling, telling them what they gonna do, Miro Jr., okay, you lost your kids.
Yes, Ty, you said it. At the end, after hearing the story 50 fucking times, she
Man,
said, I was uncomfortable by my mom and there was a man there. Why the fuck you didn't say that 4 hours ago?
man, come on now, you
Get down, I was
You're
laughing
not gonna
so
shut the
hard.
fuck
but
up
she
long enough
didn't.
to know what they gonna tell her. Forget
Right.
her fucking
But you
kids back.
can't, you
You
ain't
supposed
gotta
to
sit up
say
there
that
and tell
story
me.
10 times and gonna
Right.
say we not listening.
And that's what I'm saying.
Ty,
But
did
you
she
ain't gotta
know I
keep
was coming?
repeating yourself. Yeah, she know how you was
Ty,
coming,
did she
little
know I was
dirt.
coming on the bullshit?
She knew how you was coming. But this is the thing. I was it was like, okay, I'm listening. And I'm listening because I thought she was trolling for a second. But then, okay, no, this is a girl who really needs to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, she need to get it out. That's cool. And I know y'all be, and then look at Ty. Ty, I'm so sick of Ty acting like she listening. I really was,
I
because
need
I
you
really wanted
patient
to know what the fuck she had to
okay?
say. My thing is that what it was is that they found some other shit
Yep.
with that mama was reporting, but they found
Mm-hmm.
some other
Had
shit.
it on video.
It ain't no child. They taking no 15 and 13-year-old kids when they can sit in when it's laws, because it is a
But Ty,
law that
why
allows
she kept
them to be in the house
avoiding
by
why
themselves
she
at
was at the
12.
hotel? She would not answer why she was at that hotel. She would not answer the specific allegations. She
Thank
would
you.
not answer what evidence they had to take her kid.
But you
So
sitting
just
in the
telling
car
that
right
same
now in the
story,
park watching deers instead of being out there looking for you somewhere to
trying to get
fucking
your
go.
fucking kids back. Thank you, Ty. I love y'all. Bye, y'all. I just had to
She
get that
gonna
out.
come in
She
here
fucked
talking
around
about
and
some.
found out. That was happening.
She gonna
Start
come in
checking
here
them
talk
white.
about some. Did somebody say something about CPS? Yes. Talking about y'all motherfuckers.
I'm gonna let you up, Joe, in a minute. Hold on, I'm just
I'm
letting
about
all
to
the
get
women
down. He
get
finna come
they,
back up.
you know, let the women get their little shit off real quick. Cause man, I'm tired. I'm sick and fucking tired of hearing the excuses. It's like I don't give a fuck what the system. If the system working against motherfuckers, guess what? The system also motherfucking give motherfuckers plenty of chances to have food in their house, housing, or whatever the fuck.
On time, can I tell you something? And I'm gonna keep it 100, and I can send you proof right now. I'm in Atlanta. The only Section 8 that's close to me that's open right in 6 months is in Tennessee. Damn near every county in Tennessee, Section 8 is open. Damn near every county. You can look it up yourself. So while she
Man,
talking, I'm thinking to myself, like, what's she doing?
my sister, and she could come up here and tell you, my sister went down that motherfucker without a fucking dime. And guess what? Ended up with the nicest townhouse in Nashville. Do you hear what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, oh God. So when she said Tennessee and Memphis just opened up their Section 8 waiting list. Listen, some of the Section 8 waiting lists in Tennessee don't even close. They open indefinitely.
All right, come on now. Y'all gotta fucking be kidding me. Like, baby, shorty, you missing the whole thing. You talking about we missing the key points. I heard them. All right, you and your mama don't get along. You stay with your mama. Why? I don't fucking know. You don't know how they're getting, how you get reports of a child that's 15 and 13 being whatever the fuck. You could have beat that with. If you shut the fuck up, you could
You
have
didn't
beat
want
that.
them to go to the school. What you mean you didn't want them to go to the school?
It
That's
don't
part of
matter.
the
They did.
investigation.
That's a part of the investigation. They want to talk to the kids without you being there.
Mural Jr.
That's the whole
I
point.
told her to come because we at the hotel now.
My
Girl,
my
what?
my bad. You won. Go ahead, baby.
Unfortunately, it stands for you one dumb motherfucker because she blowed my high with that. I was listening and
What you say? You won? I can't hear you, baby.
can't hear me.
You going out?
Let me try to come back in.
Okay.
She part of the CPS village, the ones that can't keep her kids. God's gift. She one of the ones that make every excuse in America the reason why they took her kids and she can't get them back.
Oh, that just gave me a headache. Like, I swear, I sat here just real quiet, didn't say nothing. And I'm like, how many fucking times are you going to talk about the third day? Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, I was like, why is she not listening to these ladies? These ladies are not steering you wrong. They're not even dogging you out. And trust me, these ladies got some slick ass tongues. They could have rattled your fucking ass.
I was finna
But they
go
were trying
in.
to help you, and you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Listen, when I just came up deeper, I was finna let her have it. I was finna do it in the nicest way I could. Because it's like you not listening to nobody. You talking over Ty. You talking over this lady. You talking over everybody. What did you come up here for?
Yeah, that's
We're not
exactly
your
right. I was like,
therapist.
"What's going on?" Because I mean, I sat here. It's where I live at 6:41. I've been sitting here since 6 o'clock trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit back and listen. And then I was like, okay, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Where did she come from? And why is she on here? She needs to get down and go fix herself. Because, good God.
Then she cammed up. She started going harder. I'm like, oh no, she got to be stopped. What this deer got anything to do with what you talking about, ma'am? Y'all, I was finna let her have it, and I was finna let her have it in the most respectable way. We up here talking about something. You came in here. We spent the whole hour, and we still don't know why they took your kids. Hey,
Sis.
Cody.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, little dirt? Sis, I don't know what the fuck we did to you, but we
I'm
didn't
sorry.
deserve that shit. Okay? We didn't deserve that shit, okay? You
I'm
understand? I
sorry.
said I'm not gonna have no edibles today. I said, you know what? Today is not an edible day. We just gonna go straight through the day. And then boom! This fucking crazy shit.
I
You
know
understand?
y'all.
I had a whole pack of gummies, sis.
I'm
I'm getting down.
sorry.
I'm getting down.
Y'all
My
know, but
nerves is down.
y'all know
I'm
how I
not your
be.
friend today.
But
I
I
love
want
you,
to
but I'm
hear.
not your friend
I'm
today.
sorry. Do not be my friend, y'all. Don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. Y'all know I had to hear somebody else's story other than Muriel's, okay? Or just see if it's something similar, y'all. But listen, y'all. We gonna come back to this. We gonna come back to this later. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't be mad. We gonna come back. We gonna talk about this later on. Logos just went live, and I want to go over there and support my girl. So we gon' hey y'all, can we come back to this later on, please?
Yes.
Can we talk about this later, or talk about it over in
Yeah, I'm
Logos
going to
Live?
logos too.
Okay, yeah, because my logos just went live. You coming back 780? Don't be mad at me, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know people be coming up here telling me they business, but we about to go to Logos, okay, y'all? We need a break. We need a lunch break. We need a 2-3 hour lunch break, y'all. Okay, but we gonna come back to this later. Everybody take a breather. Everybody take a breather. All right? Okay. I'll see y'all later. Just don't bring her back. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, but we gonna talk about this